Okay, here's quiz 4 solutions for Math 60. On this quiz, we are asked to solve to find the values of x that satisfy this equation, and then later this equation. So just one problem, but really part A and part B, it's kind of like it's two problems. So to solve this guy, what you want to do is figure out something that you can multiply by both sides of this equation that will simplify what we got on the left here. So in order to figure that out, I kind of like to think about this like this. Instead of negative 5x over 6, this is negative 5/6 of x. Because for me, when I view it like that, it's easier for me to see that I want to multiply by the reciprocal of this fraction right here. That is this fraction upside down. I want to multiply by negative 6 over 5. And remember, anything you do to one side, you have to do to the other side to kind of keep things in balance. And the advantage of choosing negative 6/5 here is negative 6 over 5 times negative 5 over 6 ends up just being 1. You multiply that all out. So on the left-hand side, we're left with just x. On the right-hand side, you could multiply straight across and get your answer. Maybe an easier or another way to do it would be to cancel out a 5 from this 15 with this 5 down here, which will leave you 3 up top, and then cancel out a 3 from this negative 6, or sorry, a 2 from this negative 6 with this 2 down here. That'll leave you a negative 3 up top, and you'll get 3 times negative 3 is 9, negative 9. But in case you didn't see it that way, I'll write it out kind of a longer way. A little bit more difficult to do without a calculator, but either way works perfectly fine as an answer. Moving on to part B, we're given this equation. So this time we're going to want to add and subtract things to both sides of the equation to kind of keep things in balance and solve for x. But before you start doing that, you'll want to get rid of these parentheses over here and over here. And the way to do that is by distributing this 2 and this negative 5. So I'll leave the 8 alone, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. Then on the right-hand side, negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 4, careful, that's positive 20. And now we don't have any parentheses, so it's a little bit easier to combine like terms. 8 plus 8 is 16. Leave everything else alone. And then we start adding and subtracting things to both sides of this equation to end up with x equals something. So you maybe subtract 16 from both sides. That'll get rid of this 16. And then we'd have 20 minus 16 over here. 20 minus 16 is just 4. We're still not there yet, but if we add 5x to both sides, it'll get rid of this 5x over here, and over here we'll have negative 4x plus 5x, which is just 1x or x, and it's equal to 4. So this right here is the final answer, and that is the end of the quiz.